Daniel Carter had never imagined that life would test him so deeply. 5 years earlier, he had lost his beloved wife after a sudden illness, leaving him alone to raise their 8-year-old daughter, Lily. Since that heartbreaking day, Daniel had devoted every moment of his life to being both a loving father and a dependable provider. Every morning before sunrise, he prepared Lily's breakfast, braided her hair as best he could, packed her lunch, and walked her to school before heading to his own office job. Money was often tight, but Daniel never allowed Lily to feel the burden. He skipped buying new clothes for himself so she could have books, birthday gifts, and everything she needed to smile. Everyone who knew him admired his quiet strength, though few understood the loneliness he carried behind his gentle smile. One rainy Saturday afternoon, Daniel decided to take Lily to a cozy downtown cafe after finishing their grocery shopping. Lily excitedly carried a small stack of children's books she had just bought with her savings, chatting happily about the stories she couldn't wait to read. As they stepped inside the crowded cafe, Lily accidentally bumped into an elegant woman who had just entered from the opposite direction. The books slipped from her hands and scattered across the polished floor. Daniel immediately bent down to gather them while apologizing sincerely, expecting the woman to be annoyed. Instead, she calmly knelt beside Lily, helping her collect every book with genuine kindness. She smiled warmly and told Lily not to worry because accidents happen to everyone. Daniel looked up and noticed the woman carried herself with remarkable confidence and grace. She was dressed in a sophisticated cream-colored business suit, yet there was nothing arrogant about her. Her calm voice instantly put Lily at ease, and within moments, the little girl was smiling again. The woman introduced herself simply as Olivia, never mentioning that she was the CEO of one of the country's most successful technology companies. As the three of them exchanged a few friendly words, an elderly couple sitting nearby watched the interaction with amusement. The older woman smiled brightly and called out, "You have such a beautiful family. Your daughter is absolutely precious." Daniel's face turned slightly red with embarrassment, and he quickly opened his mouth to explain that there had been a misunderstanding and that they had only met a few moments earlier. Before he could say a single word, Olivia glanced at him, then at Lily, and simply smiled without correcting the couple. Her warm expression made the misunderstanding seem almost natural. The elderly couple wished them happiness and walked away believing they had just met a loving husband, wife, and daughter, enjoying a peaceful afternoon together. Daniel stood there completely speechless, unsure why Olivia had chosen not to deny the assumption. Even Lily giggled innocently and whispered that the lady seemed very nice. Olivia smiled once more, wished them a wonderful day, and quietly left the cafe. Daniel watched her disappear into the rain, unable to understand why that brief encounter felt so unforgettable. What he didn't know was that this mysterious woman had noticed something in him that no one else had seen for years, and fate had just begun weaving their lives together in a way neither of them could possibly imagine. Daniel tried to convince himself that the strange encounter at the cafe was nothing more than a pleasant coincidence, but Olivia's mysterious smile lingered in his thoughts for days. He returned to his normal routine, focusing on work and taking care of Lily, believing he would never see the elegant woman again. A week later, his company selected him to present an important proposal to Bennett Technologies, one of the largest corporations in the country. Nervous but determined, Daniel entered the luxurious glass headquarters carrying his presentation files, completely unaware of what awaited him. As the boardroom doors opened, he froze in disbelief when Olivia walked in, dressed in an elegant navy business suit, confidently taking the seat at the head of the long conference table. Only then did Daniel discover she was the billionaire CEO of the entire company. Their eyes met, and Olivia greeted him with the same warm smile she had worn at the cafe. She casually asked, "How is Lily doing?" The simple question stunned every executive in the room because none of them had ever seen their reserved CEO speak to a guest so personally. Whispering immediately spread across the table as managers exchanged curious looks, wondering how an ordinary employee from another company knew the powerful CEO so well. Daniel awkwardly answered that Lily was doing fine, trying to keep the meeting professional, but the curiosity around them only grew stronger. Olivia listened carefully to his presentation, asking thoughtful questions and praising his creative ideas, something she rarely did during business meetings. After the presentation ended, she personally thanked Daniel and invited him to stay for lunch with the executive team. The invitation shocked everyone because Olivia almost never shared meals with visitors. Throughout lunch, she asked about Lily's school, her favorite books, and how Daniel managed to balance work and fatherhood alone. Daniel answered honestly, unaware, that every conversation fueled even more gossip among the employees. By the afternoon, whispers had spread through nearly every department that the mysterious man visiting headquarters must be the CEO's husband and that Lily was their daughter. Some employees even claimed they had secretly married to keep their private life away from the media. Daniel overheard two assistants discussing the rumors and immediately tried to explain that they had only met by chance at a cafe. Before he could finish, Olivia walked past them, heard the conversation, and instead of correcting anyone, simply smiled politely and continued walking. Her silence made everyone believe the rumors were true. Daniel became more confused than ever, wondering why such a powerful woman would allow thousands of employees to believe something completely false. What he didn't realize was that Olivia had recognized something extraordinary in him from the very first moment they met, and she was quietly waiting for the right time to reveal a life-changing secret that connected their futures in a way he could never have imagined.